This is Precalculus Onramps, final review, and I'll do questions 1 through 10. Find the coterminal angle to the following that lies between 0 and 360 degrees. So I need an angle that ends in the same place, and it's got to be between 0 and 360. So it says 400 degrees. 400, remember, this is positive, and this is negative. Clockwise is negative. So I go 360, and then I have to go 40 more. And so one that'll end in the same place, that's between 0 and 360, is just 40 degrees. So this is 40 degrees because I went 40 more. And then negative 200 degrees. So I go, let me delete that circle. This is 40. And then I want to go, why is that so bad? Then I want to go negative 200. So this is negative 180. 190, 200, so that's 20 more degrees, so that's 20 degrees, but I want it from 0 to 360, I want positive, so what's 20 degrees less than 180 is 160 degrees. Find the coterminal angle that runs between 0 and 2 pi. Well, I'll just keep subtracting 2 pi from it. 17 pi over 3 minus 2 pi over, and if I want to put over 3, 3 times 2 pi, so 2 pi is 6 pi over 3. 3 times 2 is 6, and then I put 3 in the denominator. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 17 minus 6 pi is 11 pi over 3, minus another 6 pi over 3, another 2 pi, is equal to 5 pi over 3. And now that's smaller than 2 pi, so it's 5 pi over 3. So there's those answers. Okay, number 2. Simplify the following trigonometric expression. I'll do it 2 different ways. Tangent is opposite over adjacent divided by secant is 1 over cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. When I divide by a fraction, I multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction. I flip it. The a's cancel. I get opposite over hypotenuse, and that is sine. I can also do it like this. Tangent is sine over cosine, and secant is 1 over cosine. So I flip that fraction, multiply. Sine over cosine times cosine over 1 equals, cosines cancel, sine over 1 is sine. So again, it's sine. That's question 2. Question 3. Simplify the following trigonometric expression. Well, I notice there's a cosine squared in both terms, so I will factor that out. Cosine squared times 1 plus tangent squared, theta. I guess I should put the theta. Okay, you should know your Pythagorean identity. Sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Secant squared minus tangent squared equals 1. So 1 plus tangent squared, if I add tangent squared to both sides, that's secant squared. So this is cosine squared theta times secant squared theta. What is secant squared? Secant squared is 1 over cosine squared. Cosine squared theta times 1 over cosine squared theta. Cosine squares cancel out. All that's left is 1. So you got to know a lot of trig identities. All right, number 4. Simplify the following trigonometric expression. So I'm just going to rewrite this as cosine theta times sine theta over cosine. That's what tangent is. Tangent is sine over cosine. Cosecant is 1 over sine. Look at this. The cosines cancel, the sines cancel, and all you're left with is 1. I can also do this. Cosine is opposite over hypotenuse. No, it's not. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse times opposite over adjacent times cosecant is the inverse of sine, so it's hypotenuse over opposite. And look at the hypotenuses cancel, the adjacents cancel, the opposites cancel, all that's left is 1. So question 4 is 1. Question 5. I think I'll do the first 10. Sine 5 pi over 4. Well, you may know your unit circle. Sine of 5 pi over 4 is negative square root of 2 over 2. Or you can say 5 pi over 4 is, what is 180 is pi. So is 4 pi over 4 is 180. So 5 pi over 4 minus 4 pi over 4 is pi over 4. And it is therefore in the third quadrant where sine is negative. So it's going to be negative, and it's going to be the same as sine of pi over 4. Sine of pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2, but of course it has to be negative because it's in the third quadrant. Negative square root of 2 over 2. But you might have memorized the whole unit circle, and then that one would be very easy. 6, 5 pi over 6. Well, again, remember, I guess I'll write all of these. We have, in the first quadrant, you could memorize the over 3, the over 4, the over 6. For sine, the sine of over 6 is 1/2. This is square root of 3 over 2, and this is square root of 2 over 2. And then all I have to know is what quadrant I'm in. Well, again, this is 0, pi over 2, pi, and 3 pi over 2. You're always going from the horizontal, so I'm going to do 6 pi over 6. So 5 pi over 6 is somewhere over here because it's less than 6 pi over 6. It's pi over 6 less than. So it's going to be, what am I looking for? Sine CAS. Sine is going to be positive. The over 6 is 1/2. This one is just 1/2. Sine of 5 pi over 6. Or you can have it memorized. Sine of 5 pi over 6 is 1/2. But you can really do it if you only memorize the first quadrant. Now I forgot what question number that was. 6. I'll go to question 7. Don't question me. Sine. Remember, sine is the ranges, arc sine is the range in those quadrants. Arc cosine is in these quadrants. So negative, and this is CA. So sine is positive here and negative there. So it's going to be a negative angle. I'm going clockwise from 0. So square root of 2 over 2 for sine, now that's all I have to know. I'm going to be a negative angle, so I don't have to worry about the sine anymore. Square root of 2 over 2 for sine, sine of some angle is square root of 2 over 2, or arc sine of negative square root of 2 over 2 is negative. And then square root of 2 over 2 is pi over 4. So it's negative pi over 4. Let's do number 8. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Number 8. Good grief. Cosine. Okay, now cosine, again, is here. And where's cosine negative? CAS. I'm somewhere in this quadrant. So let me check it again. I'm going to do my over 3, my over 4, my over 6. So cosine of over 6 is square root of 3 over 2. That's what I'm going to need. This is square root of 2 over 2. This is 1/2. So I'm square root of 3 over 2, but I'm where cosine is negative, so I'm in the third quadrant. So I'm pi over 6, 180 minus pi over 6. So pi minus pi over 6. This is 6 pi over 6 minus pi over 6 equals 5 pi over 6. So this is positive 5 pi over 6. And when you're doing these, you can always double check it. So I'm going to do arc cosine. I mean, you have to know how to do these for the test, but when you're working your review, even if it's online, make sure you get it all right. Number 1, you want the points, but number 2, you want to make sure that you're reviewing correctly. So it goes 2.617, and I'm going to try 5 pi. Notice it's positive, 5 pi over 6, 2.617. So I'm right on that one. Okay, that is number 8. You cannot cheat on homework and reviews. You're trying to get things right. Use the sum and difference formulas to evaluate. I've got the sum and difference formulas right here. And let me check it out. I've got cosine, cosine, plus sine, sine. Cosine, cosine, plus sine, that's this one, u minus v. So I know that something minus something equals 5 pi over 12. So it's pi over 4 minus, oh, yeah, A is the first one. It's u minus v, cosine u cosine v plus sine u sine v. So the u goes first. So it's whatever, I'll call it u. U minus pi over 4 equals 5 pi over 12. Okay? So 5 pi over u equals 5 pi over 12. Good grief. Plus pi over 4. Well, pi over 4 is 3 pi over 12. 4 times 3 is 12. If I multiply the bottom by 3, the top. So this is 8 pi over 12, which is 4 goes into 8 twice. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 2 pi over 3. So I need the cosine. A is 2 pi over 3. I need the cosine of 2 pi over 3. Well, again, as I did with the other ones, I'm going to do the pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3. Here's cosine, here's sine. Pi over 3 is square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. This is square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. You might know the unit circle, but if you don't, this is going to be 1/2 and square root of 3 over 2. Where is 2 pi over 3? Well, pi, which is 180, is 3 pi over 3, so it would be pi over 3, shy of 3 pi over 3, so it's in the second quadrant. And sine is positive, cosine is negative. So this is going to be negative. So cosine of pi over 3 in the second quadrant is negative square root of 3 over 2 times cosine pi over 4, which is square root of 2 over 2. Do I have something mixed up here? I think I have something mixed up. 8 pi over 12 is 2 pi over 3. 3 pi over 3 minus pi over 3. Oh, pi over 3. I've got this backwards. Yes, I do. I've got this up here backwards. This is what I've got backwards. For pi over 6, cosine is square root of 3 over 2. Why didn't you correct me on this? And sine is 1/2. For pi over 3, cosine is 1/2. And sine is square root of 3 over 2. I'll show you the unit circle in a second. 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. So this is negative 1/2. Negative 1/2. Just a minute. Just wait a minute. This is negative 1/2 times square root of 2 over 2 plus, and then the sine of pi over 4 in that quadrant is square root of 3 over 2 times square root of 2 over 2. And so let me get a little bit more room. Now I'll show you 2 pi over 3. Is that on the unit circle? 2 pi over 3. Yeah, so sine is square root of 3 over 2. Cosine is negative 1/2. But if you don't have that memorized, just the first quadrant, you do it the way I did. So this is negative square root of 2 over 4 plus square root of 3 times square root of 2 is square root of 6 over 4. So negative, this little thing with the minus is negative. It's negative square root of 2 over 4 plus square root of 6 over 4. So 2 pi over 3, negative, positive. That's question 9. I've got one more to do in this video, then I will make a new one for some of the other problems. Tangent theta equals negative 5/12 and 3 pi over 2. So what quadrant is this? This is 0, or 2 pi. This is pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2. So we're from 3 pi over 2 to 2 pi. That's in the fourth quadrant. C-A-S-T. Tangent is negative, right? Cosine and secant is 1 over cosine, are positive. Sine is going to be negative. So that's all I have to do is worrying about sines. So now I'm not worrying about sines anymore. Tangent, here's theta. I'll say this is theta. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Now you may know your Pythagorean triples. That makes the hypotenuse 13. Or you can do 12 squared plus 5 squared equals x squared, or hypotenuse squared. This is 144 plus 25 equals 169 equals x squared. So x equals 13, square root of 169. But anyway, so what's the sign? Sign is 5/13, but it's negative. Negative 5 over 13. Secant, cosine, is adjacent over hypotenuse, 12 over 13. Secant, you flip it. It's 1 over cosine, so it's going to be 13 over 12, and it's positive. So negative 5/13 and 13 over 12. And that's it for this video in the Precalculus Onramps final review, questions 1 through 10, all dealing with trigonometry. I'll do the rest of the questions in other videos.